We had a tough game last week versus the Denver Broncos. I just finished it up after I raged quit. So, yeah. And we almost came back, but we fell short. Didn't have enough time left to come back. But this is the important game versus the Chiefs. Very important. I'm going against Dak Prescott for the Chiefs. He's all the Chiefs. Cut of a fantasy draft, pretty much. Let's see what we could get going. Ugh. Well, this is going to be a tough game, too. We need to win this one. Ugh. Need to knock Kansas City and Denver out of the wild card. Because if we keep losing, we are not going to make playoffs. That's for fucking sure.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
All right, Mike Wirkovici had a rough game last week. He was pulled out and benched. Let's see if he can redeem himself. This is an important game for the Raiders to see if he can.
They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Yeah,
and he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
I know back in the good old days, just about every team was constructed to power run to the right side. We just saw a pitch to the right side that worked pretty well.
It's easier going to the right than the left.
It just used to be very simply that the right side was always the power
KJ
side.
Bricker, Raiders, touchdown.
Touchdown, Oakland.
Good pass by
their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted.
That was three plays, baby. 72
or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their defense in my offense.
So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their
Prescott,
opening drive.
8 touchdowns,
They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott.
The rookie, or maybe second-year player. Yeah, probably second-year player.
They come out here in the eye. Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Let's go. They'll run again with Vereen. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
I'm not sure they could have had a better call there for the defense. Blitz was called, and they're setting up for a draw. When you're blitzing, you're likely to beat them to the punch because they're going to take a little extra time to set up. Talk about the offensive line. In this case, you'll get into the back.
Prescott is
sacked. Escape, and he goes down.
By Pierre-Paul, Jawan Pierre-Paul, and number 39.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Who was that? I think it was...
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
So see who else was. I think it was Terrence Mitchell, too. Terrence Mitchell and Pierre-Paul. Jawan Pierre-Paul, which I think is related to Jason Pierre-Paul.
Here's Chris Jones to punt it away. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Go DJ. DJ Foster back to good opening defense for the Raiders. Very bad punt. Foster
taking on the midfield logo.
Foster. Good return.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
13 yards.
And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Punt,
and now Oakland ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show
it. And the big tight end
hoping to stay in that groove here this
all
go
the way
around.
To the 14.
It's a gain of 20 that time. Good enough for an Oakland first down. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations. And that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
Prince Akamora, first down to 4.
Now back to throw.
Touchdown, Raiders again.
Into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, his second touchdown on the season, and the Raiders add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off,
and this is
let's face it, folks. That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
3 and out that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. Here's Prescott. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Prescott now on second down. And right side, Henry's got it.
That's
4 yards of the completion, and it sets up a third down.
About 1 or 1.
And here's a look at the defensive unit that hopes to halt this offense today.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We got to do it. We got to have this win. Very important for our division to have this win to make Kansas City lose.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run. It's Vereen.
And Vereen
gets the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
They stick on the ground. Again, it's Vereen.
Moving,
and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down, Prescott. And it's incomplete. Shane Vereen, the intended receiver there. And it's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
If I was paying attention to that, I would have been picked off, man. Holy shit.
Prescott from the gun on third. And he's got Moncrief.
And he's going to get the
first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
They come out here in the eye. On the run, here's Vereen. It's a pickup of 4 and it'll bring up second down.
It's not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Raiders are going to bring the pressure here.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
And he's stuck behind the line here.
Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a third down.
Still hanging in there.
That was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your play list.
And in the first down
catch. Henry.
Hunter Henry with a lob pass on Prescott.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Here's Vereen.
Vereen pushing, fighting,
get him down here about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on the game there. Second and goal.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there. It's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. A second down throw for Prescott. And that is
touchdown.
Touchdown.
Chiefs.
Kansas City. Golden Tate, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
Very risky throw by Prescott,
but shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. To return, it's George Atkinson.
Atkinson fighting.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
4-yard positive yardage net run.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Berkovici was looking hot on last drive. Let's see if he's going to stay hot.
Here to start the drive. Steps away to his left.
Berkovici runs for 1 yard and then gets hit from behind by McPhee.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Back to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones.
Oh, and Jones is hit behind line
scrimmage for a 5-yard. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read.
3rd and 15 for the Raiders.
Side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to pull it.
And the tight end catches it but drops it as soon as he's hit.
They went to it and smothered it for a loss
Raiders
of
got a punch for the first time this game.
Man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Fair
and
catch called for and made right
at
the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Prescott is
and
back
now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
And Vereen is hit hard.
Enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory. Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments.
It's a halfback draw,
and not much there. Maybe a yard up in the 24. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
It's going to be 3rd and 11.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11.
The Raiders
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert
for the first down
and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Fresh set of downs here.
Yeah. Yeah. Shut up. Get off. No. Sorry about that, guys. My mom needed me for something.
Pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And Tate's got it. And he's able to get to first before he's taken down at the 36.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this is caught.
Touchdown, Kansas City, but will it hold up?
Now hold on here. We do have a
Might be a holding.
down. So let's see what this is about.
And they're going to bring it back.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push them back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Here's Prescott. It's caught by Royal. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
5 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
For Kansas City, another false start. Yep, another false start.
And the defense in an envious position here after that penalty by the offense. It's now 3rd and 20. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. 3rd and long for Prescott.
And Prescott is sacked.
And he'll go down.
Hit hard.
Sacked back at the 31. Desmond Bryant
Kyle
coming in to drop him for a loss of 8.
Pope hit him on the play. Loss of
Brandon,
18.
what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. That's exactly
Raiders still leading after a good defensive
and that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline.
Addison
somewhat happy.
Turn. Oh, he's going to kick out the end zone. He's got room.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Raiders had a tough time on offense last drive.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
2-minute warning.
To go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
Oh, and it's bad pass.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum. Big play, right in his hands. Unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
And
that will be incomplete as well.
Now we got fucking
I'm not sure we can spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Waters back to punt.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.
Golden Tape's going to take it, but he's only going to get...
punt there with no return.
No return
and it's Chiefs
to the
football.
22.
First and 10. And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense.
Good coverage,
a field goal last time is what they gave up. In a close game, all these drives start to feel so critical.
And they are. And, you know, we've met so many defensive coordinators who just really hate the bend but don't break mentality. They're much more of the aggressive school. But that mentality is one of
Eddie Royal gets loose again.
Field goals on drives.
Nobody can guard Eddie Royal.
Offense a chance to retaliate.
Yeah, and right now it's got him with the lead.
He is way burning up the Raiders' offense with his speed.
Prescott on first down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead.
That's bullshit. That's out of bounds. The booth's better review that shit. That was out of bounds.
Into a new set of downs.
Wow, they're going to call it a catch. Wow.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. On first and 10, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Here's Prescott. And right side, Henry's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a third down. So still in search of the first down after that last completion. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down.
Kansas City 31.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And it's complete.
Henry
given 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
They went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. A first down throw for Prescott.
Prescott running right in.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Over the receiver's head.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And he comes back
Royal
with one
catches
complete.
it. Gets the first
down
down.
Inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Prescott looks to throw on first.
Incomplete.
Over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there. That'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Prescott again. And drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Third.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And he
touchdown,
takes us into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Eddie Royal, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to loft one.
Deep pass to the 6'5" receiver.
And they
it
do
is
finally
caught.
get
Big
him,
gain
but he
all the
takes
way
it
to the
25-yard
line.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He'll drop the throw.
Overthrown.
And that will be incomplete with
Almost
the clock down now to 13 seconds.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm.
Again.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you...
And I think that one might have been intercepted but he will be
is out of bounds again.
So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Let's look back now at this closely contested first half. The Chiefs had a great passing game going last week, and it's been more of the same today. The Raiders are finding out firsthand they'll have to deal with this passing attack if they want to win. All right, let's...
And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3.
Chiefs will get the ball back after halftime.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going
right
again
now.
here in quarter number 3.
Shut up, Cleo.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing.
Breaking loose.
Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Run again.
Here's the option going right. right.
It's an
and
option.
He's going to fight his way forward here for a modest
Prescott
gain.
runs the option.
Give him 4 yards there.
Yards.
It'll be 2nd and 6. 6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football. And what a nice gain on that play.
Incomplete.
Eddie Royal is intended target, and it's 3rd
They've
down.
been having trouble stopping
First
Eddie
down
Royal
marker at the
game
31.
long.
It's 3rd down.
3rd down and 6.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Out to the flat. That's
And
complete to his running back.
By
Losing
Pierre
2 yards
Paul.
that time, and now it's 4th
And
down.
8. And they got
Really good defensive effort.
Nice
They were all over
stop.
that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spotted it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
15-yard line.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that
tight
when
gets
you
the catch,
set things up to
gets
start a
past
half,
the first
and you just
down.
tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now,
Nice
can the offense
throwing
do
the
what
run
they
by
want them to do in the half,
Bokovici.
which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And he will find his man on the outside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
By McGowan.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. Doesn't even need to be a breakdown.
Tywan Jones in the backfield. Oh, he gets some room. He could go all the way, and he's going the distance. Touchdown, Raiders.
A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front.
Touchdown 7 for
and on that
Tywan
long
Jones.
run, maybe the defense
Raiders
napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Big play for the Raiders.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Shane Vereen now gearing up to help lead this offense back out there. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy. 4 in a game.
Yeah, about the 4 in a game.
4 times 160
or so, right?
About
sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that.
On the spin move.
As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
They'll run here with
Run up the middle, but he goes the outside
and
loses
They'll
a
get him
yard.
down right at the line of scrimmage. And
3rd
they'll
and
lose
4.
a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. How about the defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
The 15 yards there on the catch and run. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
And on the ground they go with a running
back. There goes Shane Vereen up the middle.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he just
gets to the 1. Good defense to make sure he doesn't get in. He's at the 1.
What we're seeing very effective. What are you seeing
big
what I'm
luck
seeing
for
is
the
just a
Raiders
simple
defense.
Everyone is on the same page. And I know it sounds trite, but I'm talking about all the
make
guys up front with the blocking schemes, everyone at the point of attack, creating space. And so far, it doesn't matter what gap they choose. They're finding
and it's a big
B gap,
loss
C gap does
on the
not
play.
matter. They're getting there and they're creating nice runs.
Who got hurt? I don't know. Somebody did. Someone got hurt on the play.
They come up in an offset eye. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not a whole lot there.
He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3 yards back.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe.
Catch is caught, but is out of bounds. Goal line stuck for the Raiders, and the Chiefs are going to have to
try to get their feet
down
in bounds. But a lot
very
of the times
disappointed
what we
on
don't
that
talk about
by the
is
Chiefs,
when they're
probably
up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet, not just straight down,
is up and good.
because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds.
Raiders still
able to get it done
and
on
they
that
get the ball back.
So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Almost to the 30. Averaging 26 yards per return.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
There's a no huddle. McGowan in motion.
They'll look to throw.
McGowan.
Firing quickly here.
McGowan breaking tackles.
He'll be taken
all
down
the way
across
to the
50
from the 30
to the 45 in enemy
45.
territory.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that
play
play
on
from
that
the defensive
big,
perspective.
Big,
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe trying to run the football a little bit more.
And KJ Brent, 1st down catch, gets to the 27.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
One of the feature points in the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful.
And it is caught. Oh, but it is dropped.
His receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
2nd down following the incompletion.
It looked like he was open.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And McGowan's wide open.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
He fights for the extra yard, then gets in the end zone. McGowan, touchdown.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
McGowan shoves off a Wembley tackler and bulldozes his way in the end zone. Raiders are going to be up by 2 possessions. By 11 points, 31 to 20. 38 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Raiders have woken up. They do not want to lose this game. Let's see if their defense can hold, though. They have some troubles on defense.
It's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
Gets hit, driving backwards, and you get
points when you can get
4 yards.
Not easily done. I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
Prescott, back to pass. Oh, he's got to throw it away.
Seeing nowhere to throw,
going to be 3rd and 6
away from harm. Incomplete.
Defense
now it's
of the
3rd
Raiders.
down. Let's see what they go to here on 3rd down and 6.
Pressure on Prescott.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do.
Prescott back to pass.
But that's what they were
searching for. It is cut by Monty for a first down all the way to the 46. With a slant route. And looks like that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter going into the 4th. Chiefs are down by 11.
We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard.
They got work to do. Let's see if they can get on it. If they can come back after the Raiders' offense has been putting lights out.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. A dump off to Vereen.
Vereen hit hard by Pierre-Paul.
It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short. 2nd down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first.
Prescott is here, 2nd and 1.
Prescott yet again. And this complete to Henry over the middle.
And that's a touchdown for the Chiefs. Hunter Henry gets past the defense and runs it in for a touchdown.
Now on the year. So now a big spot here
and
as
the Chiefs are going to go for 2.
So they fought
just a good decision
here, but they're still
or
down.
bad decision.
Plenty
We
of
will
work
find
still
out
left
if they
for
make
them,
it or not.
but they delivered in the first step in their comeback attempt.
They'll try and throw.
And Prescott hit, throwing the ball and is incomplete.
Here.
Good defense by the Raiders to not let them to get that.
Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line
on
a
the Raiders
conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space in the back of the end zone.
Gets all the way to the 29 again. He had room again, but couldn't get free.
So out come the Raiders, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense,
85 yards rushing on 4 carries for Taiwan Jones. Pretty good day for him.
Out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game.
219 yards passing for the Raiders.
How do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
Avicii runs up the middle, short of a first down by a yard or 2.
6 yards on the
3rd and 2.
And it'll be 3rd
Very
down.
manageable 3rd down for the Raiders.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
3rd down and 2.
Back to throw. Dancing to his
catch is caught. Oh, and McGowan gets flipped over, but gets the first down.
On the play and a fresh set
first down and 10. The Raiders are milking the clock. Very needed first down.
First down
for the Raiders.
And 10 now for the offensive group.
Taiwan Jones remains in the backfield. He's been running the ball good all day long.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. A couple of Chiefs there to bring him down.
The Raiders can get a field goal. It will look good for them.
Here.
Let's see if they can get into field goal range.
From the shotgun, he'll look
Jones.
to throw. He's going to flip that out to
stumbles,
the flat.
but
It's complete.
he
lost 2
yards.
there, and it's
3rd and 12.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage lost, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Avicii running.
He can run
gets
for it,
all the way
will.
to the 49, but he is short of the first down.
Fourth
down. And
now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot.
Raiders did not want to punt on that.
Getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Raiders are going to milk that clock on this punt. Milking that clock. They don't want to give the Chiefs any extra time.
Time running out here on the play clock.
Waters to punt. Oh, he's got a decent punt, but it's not going to bounce.
16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Well, look now at the Oakland defense as they get ready. Their secondary, their whole defensive unit really struggling. They've given up 3 touchdown passes. That last drive was dominant through the air against them.
They found something that was working for them on offense, and they just kept going to it, just kept throwing the football. So that means an entire overhaul for the defense.
Oh, it's picked off by Melvin White. Overthrown by Dak Prescott.
And the return here will go
Melvin White snatches it from the turf.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
That was a good defensive play.
That's when you ask your equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game.
Under stress.
If you're playing the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job. Finding
and the Raiders are in field goal range.
No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense.
Raiders are going to try to milk the clock because they need to preserve this win. This is a very important game for them. Looks like the Chiefs are going to bring a heavy blitz. If they do, someone's going to be open. They better get to him before he throws it. There's some changes at the line.
Now he'll look to throw here.
McGowan gets the catch, short of the first down, but it's going to be the 2-minute warning with 3rd and 2 coming up. 8 catches for McGowan.
Time for a break.
This game, he has gotten the ball
see what transpires after this.
Actually, I'm going to change my running backs. I think I should do that. Tywan Jones needs a break. George Atkinson and DJ Foster.
So it's Raider
3rd and 2 on the Raiders 22-yard line. They are in
let's
field
see what
goal
they've
range.
come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Oh, Atkinson fights for the first down. Well-needed first down for the Raiders.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Pretty much almost ice this game away. Chiefs use the first timeout. 1:55 left. Atkinson gets the ball again. He goes up middle.
Able to push it. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2nd down following the run.
4. Chiefs use their 2nd timeout. Atkinson still in the backfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
And he stopped.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Behind the line.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, I didn't have Arnie. Detroit.
Now
Foster gets the ball.
This is DJ Foster.
He gets some yards, he gets 2 yards, but the Raiders are going to have to kick
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
Raiders are going to milk that clock because it's a very important possession for them. Looks like they're going to be able to kick it with 1 minute and 3 seconds left for the Chiefs to get the ball back. A minute 5 or something like that. Kick is up, and it is good.
And this one is right through.
34-26 with it.
8.
And even 1
so, Charles,
minute
I think from
left
a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
And the kickoff is going to be returned by Eddie Royal. Eddie Royal,
and he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Tripped, but he had some room. Or not Eddie Royal, that was White. Who the hell that is.
And now here comes Kansas City. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense.
Big pass play up the middle for Dak Prescott.
Every week in practice, usually on a Friday, they go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Second and 10 at the 50-yard line. 42 seconds left. Prescott in shotgun.
Back to throw.
And the pass is going to be out of bounds.
He's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away.
Throwing it to Eddie Royal. 37
Not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing,
10.
but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing
Raiders look like they're playing
deep. Those shoulders right, that pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Back to throw.
Prescott running, but he's going to throw it out of bounds again.
He had
4th and 10.
So he just tossed it away.
This could be the last play of the game
right now,
if the Chiefs do not
kindergarten
get the
skills and
first
draw
down.
where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football.
Raiders forcing him to throw out of the pocket, which is making him throw out of bounds.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
Desperation time. Prescott.
Oh, it's incomplete. Broken up at the last second.
They had to go for it with such
by our
little
corners.
time remaining.
Still left the
just
game.
about all she wrote for this one.
Mitchell.
He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one
what
thing,
a
Charles,
clutch
to
play
drop
by
a pass.
Mitchell to hit the ball right out of the receiver's hands.
And so
Terrence
many teams
Mitchell.
work on that in terms of
And that
locking in on
will
those key downs.
be the
I've
game,
seen,
folks.
You and I both
The
been
Raiders
to
can
practices
hold
where
on
we've
for the
seen,
past 28
hey,
seconds.
third down situation.
And they will
big
walk
third
out
down,
with
we're
a
gonna lock
needed
in
win
here. Fourth down
on their
play.
rival.
Make sure you're focused just a little bit extra.
McGowan running.
It didn't pay off in that situation.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team
Raiders
very
are going
much
to run
unless, of course, you're
one
playing
more
defense.
play.
If you're getting points per reception,
And
you
this
got a
will be the end of the
reception,
game.
but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read
Well
through that.
needed
They
win
read
for the
through it.
Raiders.
Gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Ford Jackson run up the middle.
And he's going to
And
find
that
his
is
way
going to be the
forward
end of
here
the
for a
game.
modest gain. Well, that 2nd down run, a big help. The
Raiders
7 yards
much
leaves them with
needed
just
win
a 3rd
for
and
that.
3 now. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard of your defensive guy. But it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game, they're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right?
And they get back into the win column. They scored 14 points in the first quarter, 14 points in the third, 3 points with the fourth,
so for the
and 3
Raiders,
points in the second.
They're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year.
8-6,
and they will head
Raiders.
home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And we will
Meanwhile,
face
for the Chiefs,
Steelers.
they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.
This game is going to make one of my friends that is both a Raiders fan very happy. Named Justin Davis is going to love this. Much needed win because the Chiefs are a good team with Dak Prescott. And we could not stop Eddie Royal. That motherfucker is so fast. But we did it. We found a way. We did it when we needed to do it. Our defense came up when we needed it. So that's a good job by them. McGowan, upgrade him a little bit. Play recognition. Terrence Mitchell, good job. Terrence, attaboy. Get all these players that did really good. Route running. Jawan Pierre-Paul did really good. He did pretty good this game. Melton. Yeah, do that. Alright, the Raiders much needed win. Mike Brukovici, 3 touchdown passes. Well stepped up. Who is this? Oh, James Michael Johnson got hurt. Oh shit, didn't even know that. Damn. Good run defense from the Raiders to stop the Chiefs. See what the standings are looking like now. Still, oh wow. Last place. Not good. NFC, AFC. Ooh, the Browns. Holy shit. Yeah, because the Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos are ahead of us. That was a much-needed win, as you guys can see. Yeah, need to keep winning. Damn. Shit. Still playoff in question. We need to win our last 2 games and see how the rest goes. Last 2 games are very important because if we don't win, we're pretty much out. So we need to win and pray. Because the Chiefs and Broncos are playing, and they have almost the same record. So we need the Chiefs to lose. And we need to win. We need Chargers to lose too. Who the fuck did Chargers play? Chiefs and Chargers need to lose. The Chargers are gonna play. Chargers are gonna play the Eagles. Oof. And then the Jets, and then the Chiefs. I still haven't submitted their game, so that's important too. And we beat the Chargers, so we're pretty much tied with all our division games. I think we beat Denver once. Maybe, I'm not sure. Let me look at that, because I'm not completely sure if we beat Denver. Denver. Yeah, we lost both games to Denver, so they have the tiebreaker. But we beat Kansas City once, we lost to them once, we beat Chargers once, and then they beat us once. So we have 2 tiebreakers, which is very weird, very unlikely, but you know, it happens. So Cody Fajardo is going to be out for a while. See how long he's going to be out. Wish he would return. Ooh, wow. Wait, who got the pick then? Oh, it must be Kevin White. Oh, wow. Still 6 weeks. Damn. He could be black. Shit, man. Wow. We need Jakeem Grant back too. We don't have any. All we have is big receivers. All right. We're gonna see if the Chargers lost because we need them to lose. Hopefully Broncos lose too, but I doubt it. I don't know. Cleared. Oh, Jakeem Grant's been cleared. I'm gonna make him play. I'm gonna make. I don't care for him to play. Mitchell did pretty good. Ooh, the Steelers are 5-9. Yeah, we need that win. Let's see what happened. Oh, the Chargers and Broncos both won. Looks like. That's not good. Chargers, I think they won. That's what it looks like. Chargers. Oh, they fucking killed the Eagles. Damn. Holy crap. Broncos. Yeah, they beat the Giants. Damn. So it looks like our standings are changing, but look, we are ahead of Kansas City, which is a major good thing. But I don't think we're still in the playoffs yet. I don't think we are. We'll move up to 14. We need KC to lose still. We still need to win the rest of our games no matter what. Broncos, they need to lose. We need to go to 9, 10, and 6. And pray everybody else loses, because we have no more division games, thank God. Who the fuck do the Pittsburgh Steelers have? I wonder. Steelers. Oh, wow. Cam fucking Newton. Adrian Peters. Oh, my God. Wow. Who is this? That's a rookie. Oh, Johnson. Jason Witten. Crabtree's hurt. Who's on their defense? Mario Addison. Marcel Darius. Chandler Jones. Oh, KJ. Oh, they got some good linebackers. Yeah, defense. Eh. I think we could do something with that. Justin Tucker. Oh. Alright, guys. I'm going to make another stream and save this for the next game. See you guys until then.